Hey everybody, it's Amp here. I just wanted to bring you a game from my locals. We're playing Sage. I'm on Oscilio. Jay is over here on Dromai. You see that I get a electrostatic discharge right into a flittering charge, sending 7. This is going to be a pretty quick matchup, as you can kind of see by the length of this video. Dromai seems like a super fun hero, so I'm really happy that one of my locals is actually playing her. Oscilio is obviously very close to my heart, but I do not think he's very good in this format, and I make some mistakes during this game that I think I can iron out kind of with a deck list. I play a Sigil here to give this go again. I continuously amp up my Volzar, and I actually send a Etchings, a blue one, just to deal 4 arcane damage, just to try to keep pushing damage on the first turn of the game. Jay ends up using a little bit of AB, and I think was supposed to make an Ash. I don't really think it really affects how the game goes, but I'm really excited for this Sage format because it's been getting people out my locals to actually play the game, and so I'm hoping these quicker videos will also help people get into the game. And I hope you guys end up liking these videos, and if you have any recommendations on how to make it better other than the camera quality, I'm already working on that. Just let me know down in the comments. Jay plays a sweeping blow, making some Ash here for dragons later on. Coming at me for 3, go again. I decided to take no blocks here because I think my hand is decent for Oscilio. I will say, in practice, it seems I get a lot more clunky hands than in CC. I think there's a couple of things that I can immediately change, like adding in some second strikes, which the only reason I didn't is because I couldn't find any, but I definitely need to get some to make this run better. He then plays a Blessing of Vinsirikai, which is going to buff stuff on his next turn, and then he just Arsenal and passes, so I basically get to throw my full hand at him. You see me correcting the life total there. That's kind of why I have it up on the sides as well. So it's a little clunky, so I have to start things off here with a red flash just to give my next thing go again. It does amp Volzar though, so then I can send this lightning strike with go again. And I think this is a pretty telegraphed arcane ender, but there's not much that Jay wants to do with being on Dromai. Pretty much just we both want to send our full hands. But I get a little lucky here. I'm able to send a Voltic Bolt, amping it with Volzar, sending 7 at him, which he was not quite ready for. I do like having the Voltic Bolts in this deck because we kind of run out of our easy small spells. So I try to just send these bigger ones, kind of like a mild Verdance play. And it also seems that Arcane Barrier isn't quite as impactful in Sage as it is in other formats. He just decides to take it all here because A, being in an all-red deck is not the best option, and I think he actually just ends up sending his whole hand at me anyways, so it was probably a better decision on his part. You kind of see in my hand here, I have 2 arcane spells and 2 instants, so we're definitely going to do a little bit of hand filtering, but I think I end up making a bad decision here. We see that Jay is going to be making one of his dragons here, Kalora. Just making sure visually the board is set up correctly. And then he's going to send out a Dune Breaker here. and the Blessing of Viserikai is actually going to buff this. I wonder if this is kind of where I made a mistake, because it has go again, yet I decide to block with 2 cards here, and with how the rest of the game ran and how good it seemed to be having Arcane against Dromai, I'm thinking I probably should have just kept those and tried to send them on my turn and my next turn, just to kind of try to push more damage or rip more cards from hand. But now he's starting to attack me with the dragon itself, which also has go again, which I don't think I was expecting the double go again, and maybe that's why I blocked. And I end up saying no blocks, looking at my hand like I could have even have done anything, like I don't just have 2 instants here. And he ends his turn by playing a Passing Mirage, arsenaling, and passing. I take the chance that before the end of his turn, I'm actually going to activate Oscilio's hero ability, discarding an instant card and drawing a card. And we can see that I draw up another instant. So I immediately activate it again, dump it, and draw a new card, and I get a Flittering Charge here, which isn't super helpful. So I end up just sending it at his dragon ally, playing out the sigil, and passing. Obviously I could not know that I was going to get a Flittering Charge, but I do wonder if I would have kept one of those arcane spells, if I could not have sent more damage at him, and hopefully ripped more cards away from his hand.
Oh, that was it? That was it. So
He very politely asks if that was it, because it was such an uneventful turn. He plays out a Phantasmify, which is going to give +5 and Phantasma to the next card that he plays. And once I see this, I kind of realize it's going to be the beginning of the end, because I think looking at my hand, I have pretty much 1 blocking card, or I think it's 2 blocking cards. Because he ends up playing this Blaze Headlong, which is getting buffed by the previous card. And I make what I think is my other dumb choice here. I end up cracking my headpiece to block for 1, and I discard a lightning card, which I think had a block value. I don't know why I didn't block with one of the sigils in my hand. I think I was worried about getting go again on my turn, because I Oscilio out, draw a card, and I draw a card that has no block, so I'm pretty much sitting with only 2 block in my hand. I end up using it and just taking a bunch of damage. Jay then ends up sending in Ember Maul for, I think it was 8, and I'm sitting with absolutely no blocks in my hands. I don't know why I'm acting like I can even do anything. I lay down my whole hand here, extend the fist bump, and that's pretty much the game. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you like this quicker content like this. I hope to play more Sage in the future, and have a great day.